Hello, this video is for the summarize and pivot action, and we're going to show you that in JMP and Tableau Prep. Okay, let's go ahead and get started then. So in class, we talked about the table where we had it broken out by the gender and also the type of bear. So the top table is the counts for that, and then the bottom table are the row percentages. So we can see that about 17% of the males were killed by captive bears, which was more than double that of females, which was at about 8%. Okay, let's show you how to get this done first in JMP. So in JMP, we're going to select Analyze and then Tabulate, and then bring that window into focus here for you. We're going to use the gender fixed because of the small f's and capital F issue. So we'll use gender fixed, drop that into the rows box, and you can see that I get a table, okay, with the number of females and the number of males. Now I also am interested in the type of bear, so I will bring that in here as well. And now you can see this table get broken out by female captive, female wild, male captive, male wild. Okay, now the table that I had in the spreadsheet a moment ago had the captive and wild across the top. Now we call that a pivot action. So if we want to take the type and slide it across the top, that would be a pivot action. Okay, now actually that's fairly easy to do in JMP. I'm just going to start over with my table here. I'm going to say gender fixed, and then I'm going to put the type here into the top here, and then that'll be split out like we had in the spreadsheet. Okay, so this format of the table has been pivoted compared to the other format. Now if I want the row percentages, all I need to do is select row percent here and drag that onto that table. And the row percentages will be computed for me. So here's the 8% and the 17.29%. Okay, let's show you now how to do this in Tableau Prep. So now we will go to Tableau Prep here and show you how that is done. Okay, so here's my data pipeline here. I have done the recoding for gender, and I also filtered out just the one null value that we had. Here's my summarization step, and you can see that the structure of that has the gender and the type, and then the number of killings here. So if I look at this quick, you'll see that it has that same format that we just saw in JMP. Now this table needs to be pivoted if we want the type to go across the top. So from this previous step, I can just say create a pivot. And what that's going to, oops, let's go ahead and just remove that quickly. Now create a pivot. Okay, and what I want to do is actually pivot the rows to the columns. So my table did have rows, and I want to pivot those to the columns. So I'm going to switch that. I'm going to put type here on what I want to pivot on. And then the field to aggregate is going to be the number of rows. Okay, now let's take a look at our table and see if that worked for us. So now you can see that the males here, 23 and 110, and the females 4 and the 46. Now it's in a different order than what we saw in JMP, but that's the same information. If I go back to my pivot here, I can bring gender over to the front part of that table. I can just rearrange that. So now gender here will be on the left. Now, if I want to create those proportions inside of Tableau Prep, I will just need to create a clean step here, and then create a mutate, which will be a calculated field. And what I need to do is get the 4 divided by the 46 plus the 4. So I'm going to use a formula to do that. So let's go create calculated field, and I'm going to say, let's do percent captive. That's what I was interested in. So that is going to be the captive, okay, divided by the captive plus the wild. Oops. I have an extra curly bracket in there, so you can see there's an error here. I need to get that out, and then I need to close my parentheses here. Now it says that calculation is valid. Now let's take a look at our outcomes. Again, they are put on the left side here, so let me do one more step here and just put that calculation over on the right. And let's look at the outcomes, and you can see that the percent captive for female was the 8%, and the percent captive for the males was at that 17%. So that's the same information that we got there in JMP. Okay, that does it then for the summarization and pivot action in Tableau Prep. Thanks for listening. Have a good day. Bye.